Good morning, everybody. Well, it is day 73, and it is 7:30 in the morning, and a brisk 35 degrees. And I slept last night at the Calf Mountain Shelter. There were 3 other guys there, section hikers in there, and then there was another guy that was a through hiker who is tenting. And yeah, it's a pretty morning, and making my way toward Loft Mountain Campground. There are 4 or 5 designated campgrounds in the Shenandoah National Park. I think Loft is the very first one on the south end, and there's a kind of couple in the middle, and there's one on the north end, I think, something like that. But yeah, they have restrooms and showers, and I think they have a restaurant too, but the word is that they're not open until Memorial Day, so I guess I won't be eating there. But they have a camp store, and you can get resupply and buy Cokes or whatever else you may want to buy, candy bars. And that's about it. Slept pretty well. Like I said, there was this one mouse who wasn't bothering me. It was kind of bothering the guy next to me. And I saw him right before the sun went down. He came out pretty early and was kind of messing with the guy next to me, but I don't think he bothered me. Then there was something in the night that it was bigger than a mouse. I don't know if it was a raccoon or a skunk or something, but it was definitely a little bigger, kind of creeping around outside the shelter there. But I don't think it came in where we were sleeping. And that was the night. So we're back at it again. No clouds in the sky. It is so blue up there. I'll get some shots of that later. All right, let's get going. So here in the Shenandoah, it has a very rich history. Throughout the Civil War from 1861 to 1865, these Blue Ridge Mountains were strategically used by the Confederate armies as a natural screen to conceal troop movements from Union forces. The southern end of the park is Rockfish Gap, which I traveled through a few days ago, and the northern end is Thornton Gap, and both were used by both armies to move troops. But General Thomas Stonewall Jackson, who was from nearby Lexington, Virginia, and led the Confederates, knew the valley, the mountains, and the lesser-known roads, trails, and passages very well. In fact, in a 3-month time frame in 1862, he marched 5,000 men over 600 miles throughout this area and fought 6 major battles, inflicting approximately 5,000 Union casualties. His tactics and strategies were so successful that Union forces retreated several times back to Washington, D.C. to protect the city. He would eventually move towards Antietam, Maryland, across the Potomac, and fight again before retreating back into Virginia when Robert E. Lee and his remaining forces would resist for several more years before finally succumbing to the Union in 1865 at Appomattox. Hey y'all, so day 73 has come to an end. Started at Calf Mountain this morning and did about 20 miles today. So it was good to kind of get the legs back in gear, and it wasn't too bad a terrain today, but I have to admit, those 3 days off, it's like the hinges are rusty or something. It's just, I'm in still good shape, but boy, my knees and feet, they weren't moving and hinging as well as they were a week ago. So I've heard that if you take a day off, you're going to be fine. Take 2 days off, you might be a little stiff, but if you take 3 or more, sometimes it does take a few days to kind of get the joints lubed back up and ready to go. So I think that happened to me. But pretty day. It was pretty chilly this morning, but the sun, stayed out all day and eventually got pretty warm around 1 or 2 o'clock. And I made it here to Loft Mountain. I was going to stay at the campground, but I'm actually already a mile past it at the store. I wanted to get to the store just to get some hydration products and some other things that Gatorade, things like that I need. I'm okay on food, but so I'm here at the store and I just went ahead and cooked because they got these nice picnic tables and there's a restroom here, and you can do laundry and showers and anything else you need to do. But I may end up just kind of tenting here near the store if I can get away with it. It's not really the campground, but like I said, the campground's a mile back. I don't want to go back south again. So yeah, I'll figure that out here in the next hour or two before the sun goes down. Interestingly, I was on trail. I started talking to these people. They look like thru hikers, and as it turned out, they're just out doing a practice shakedown. They're actually going to be southbound. They're going to start at Mount Katahdin on June the 13th. And we started talking. Next thing you know, they said, "Oh yeah, we're subscribers on your YouTube channel." Anyway, it was Amethyst and Mishap. It's a couple, and they live not too far from here, and they were just out doing a practice run today before they head up to Maine and start southbound. But yeah, it was interesting. They kind of, after we started talking, they recognized me, and then I recognized them. It was kind of neat. So that was a picture of us in the back in the thumbnail and in the video as well. So that was neat to meet them. Met a few other hikers today that I don't think I've ever met before. And a lot of people are kind of winding things down. They're going to go back to Damascus, Virginia. There's a thing called Trail Days, and it's always the weekend after Mother's Day. And mostly it's a party atmosphere. If you're 18 or 19 or in your 20s or 30s, you're probably going to go back to that. And I get that, but those days are behind me. I'm not going back to Trail Days and party. I guess if I was closer, I probably would. And to be honest, in the future, I might go back because they do have reunions, and that's a good time to go back and, meet people or reunite with people that you would have met, the year that you were on trail. So, they have a parade, and it's every year all the way back to the 70s and 80s, people that have thru hiked to go back and do that. So I might do it in the future, but I'm not doing it this weekend. But there are some people like I met today that are going to get off tomorrow, start making their way back over to Damascus. So that is the story. That's what's going on. We're in the Shenandoahs. I did not see a bear today. I saw a few hawks, but that was about it. And some bunny rabbits. And yeah, we'll figure out what we do tonight. And then tomorrow I'm going to do about 17 or 18 miles tomorrow. I'm going to be picked up by a good friend of mine that I used to come out and section hike with, that I've mentioned in the past, from Richmond. He's going to come over, pick me up, and take me to dinner. And then I'm going to probably stay at a hostel there near Elkton, because after tomorrow, I am almost halfway through the Shenandoahs, believe it or not. I crunched out some miles today and tomorrow, and of course the 8 miles yesterday. And that's it. So again, thanks everybody for watching. I picked up a few new subscribers. I always appreciate that. And I'll try to answer the comments as quick as I can. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.